Today we're going to review a little bit in terms of what we did last time, because we did this already, right?
Yes.
So we're going to talk a little bit in terms of horizontal and vertical lines, because it's important. So if I ask you to find the horizontal line through 3, 5, do you guys remember what we did last time? Yeah, so you even have the notes. We said the slope was what class? 0 is correct. So we know that the slope for horizontal line is always 0. So it turns out if slope is 0, you get a horizontal line every time, correct? So we could actually put this into the slope-intercept form y equals to mx plus b part, right? So when you plug into the y equals to mx plus b, well, which number are you going to plug into this? We know the slope is 0. What are we going to plug in for x and y? 3 and 5, because it has to go through that point, right? So when I plug in 3 and 5, what do you get as your b? B equals to 5. You guys remember that? So what is the equation of this line? Y is equal to 5. And we saw this this was pretty nice, because when you graph it, you know, of course, for a horizontal line, you know that every point on this horizontal line, y is always equal to 5. You guys remember that? So this was what we did last time. Yes? Okay. So, and then we did 1, 4. Any question on this, by the way? Does this make sense? Yes. So if it's a horizontal line, look, every point on this horizontal line, your y is always equal to 5, right? Remember, it's rise over 1. Slope is rise over 1. There is no rise, right? There is 1. So that's why 0 over 5. So that's why you get slope equals 0. And then every point on the y coordinate is 5. That's what makes the slope 0, right? Because there is no change in height. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. So it's kind of helpful to draw the line if you wanted to, right? There's 3, 5. You draw a horizontal line through that, right? That's what you get, right? So does that make sense? Do you see why we get y equals to 5 for this equation, right? What about, any question on that? Does this make sense? What about this? We kind of talked about this. Let me move this up. Vertical line through 3, 5. What about this, guys? What do you know about the slope of a vertical line? It's undefined, so we can't really use slope-intercept form here, can we? So what are we going to do, though? Vertical line through 3, 5. What did we do last time? Chuck?
The x is always 3.
Yeah, you know that vertical line, x is always going to be 3. I mean, you could see that by actually graphing. So do you think, even if they don't ask you to graph, is it okay to graph to kind of help you do things? Yeah, of course, fine. So when you graph it, as you can see, it's a vertical line through this point 3, 5. So you notice every vertical line x is constant, right? That's why vertical line, the slope is undefined, because there is rise when you pick 2 points, but there is no run, right? So therefore x is fixed. Therefore you get x equals 3 as your equation. You guys remember this? So remembering this, can you do this? Let me put up then some exercise for you. Let's do this example then. So it says, example 7, a horizontal line intersects a vertical line at -6, 4. So a horizontal line intersects a vertical line at -6, 4. It says, give the equation of each line in standard form. That's the question. So if you understood number 6, part A and B, you should be able to do this problem without much problem. Okay, so everybody go ahead and try this. Write it down. And of course, you could help each other out. I think sketching this will be really helpful. So see if you could sketch this. It says a horizontal line intersects a vertical line at -6, 4. They want you to give you the equation of each line in standard form. Okay, go ahead, everybody try. I'll wait. Okay. All right, so like I said before, it's a good idea to sketch what's going on here. So can somebody tell me what's going on? So I know that, okay, there's -6, 4, -6, 4. There's a point. What's happening on this point, guys? Who could help me understand this? What's going on at -6, 4? How about, no one understands what they're saying? Okay, 3 people, 4, 5, 6. Okay, how about Matthew? What's going on here? Horizontal line is intersecting with the vertical line at where? Exactly. So let me draw a horizontal line. So in red here. Where would the horizontal line be? It has to hit the what? Hold on. Let's just draw this. Yeah. It says a horizontal line intersects a vertical line at -6, 4. So horizontal line is going to go through what? Where? -6.
Oh yeah.
-6 what? 4. -6, 4. This point right here. It's going to go through this. Right? There's your horizontal line. what's going to happen with the vertical line then? The vertical line is going to go through Chuck? Yeah, so there. Here's another line. This is what's happening. How many people understood that this was what they're talking about? Okay, if you didn't, do you understand what they're saying? So you got a horizontal line and a vertical line intersecting. Where does it intersect? Yeah, negative 6, 4 right here. Negative 6, 4. Right? That's all they're saying. Yeah, that's all they're saying. So what do they want now? Okay, so they're intersecting at negative 6, 4. What do they want you to find? Equation of both of these lines, right? Equation of the horizontal line and equation of the vertical line. That's what they want. And they want this in standard form. Does that make sense? Do you guys remember what a standard form was? Ax what? Plus by equals to some number c. Remember? And in standard form, ABC, they have to be what kind of numbers? Yeah, they're all real numbers. Integers. They have to be integers. You can't have like decimals or fractions for ABC. Remember? ABC has to be some integers. You guys remember that? All right, go ahead. Now finish it up. So do you understand what this is saying? Okay, go ahead. What are the equations for the horizontal line and the vertical line? Go ahead. Like I said, we just did number 6 AB, right? So it should be pretty straightforward, right? Go ahead, everybody try. So who could tell me what the equation of my horizontal line is in standard form? Well, you could give it in any form you want. You could always change it to standard form. That's not a problem, right? So what is the equation of this horizontal line in red? One person knows? Really? We just did this. What is the equation of this horizontal line, guys? How about, get a lot more, how about, let's see, who have like, Spencer, what do you think? Y equals to 4. How many people agree with Spencer? This is correct, right? Because horizontal line, Y is fixed. Notice, look at, what is this order pair right here? This is not negative 6, 4. This is 3, comma 4. What about this point right here? 1, comma 4. What about this point? Negative 2, 4. Notice all the y coordinate stays as 4, right? Because we know that horizontal line slope is 0. Therefore, there isn't any rise. So that's why y has to be constant. You guys remember this? Again, also you can see that this line is going to hit the y-axis at 4. So you could think of this as y equals to 0x plus 4 if you want, right? mx plus 4, right? mx plus b. Your slope is 0, b is 4. Is that easy? Okay, what about then the other line? So this is the equation of the red line, the horizontal line. Somebody tell me, what about my vertical line? What is the equation of the vertical line? Okay, 1, 2 people? That's it? 3, 4. Okay, how about Camilla? What do you think? How many people agree with Camilla? X equals negative 6? Okay, this is correct, right? Again, well, this is a vertical line, so slope, there's no slope. It's undefined, right? So therefore, here, what is this order pair right here? Negative 6. No, this one. Negative 6. 3. This one right here. Negative 6.
2.
Oh, I did. Negative 6, 1. Okay, this one's negative 6, 3. Sorry, I should have done it in order. Yeah, what do you notice? X is always equal to? Negative 6, because it's a vertical line. Remember, vertical line, there's no change in run, right? There is rise. When you pick 2 points, there is rise, but then there is no run, right? So for 0. That's why it's undefined. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So these are the two equations for these two lines. By the way, are these in standard form?
No. Oh, yes.
Yes, they are. Okay, look at the first one. Y equals 4. It fits this form. Ax plus by equals to c. It's just that a is what in this case? A is 0. What about this one? What is 0 in this case? X equals to negative 6. Your b happens to be 0. Okay, so they're both in standard form. So that's fine. Okay. Any question? Does this make sense? Yes? So let's summarize a little bit. Okay. So, by the way, does no slope, is that same as slope equals 0?
No.
Yes.
No.
Slope equals 0 is not the same as no slope, guys.
No.
Slope equals 0, slope has, means, what does slope equals 0 mean? What's the slope of this line? 0. There is a slope. It's 0. 0 is not same as no slope. What do we mean by no slope then? It's undefined. You guys remember? So what kind of line do you get for no slope? You get a vertical line. You guys remember this? Right? No slope means slope is undefined, right? What about slope equals 0? What kind of lines do you get? Horizontal line. You guys remember that? Okay, so write this down. By the way, write that down. I'll wait. Go ahead, everybody write it down. All right, so somebody tell me then. What does the equation of a vertical line look like? It always looks like what? We just did this. Vertical line. X equals to? You're right. X equals to what? Some number. Isn't that right? And for horizontal line, isn't this always true? Y equals some number? Because for a vertical line, X equals some number, the Y is missing, right? Because it's a vertical line, right? X, there's no movement in X.
Run.
Yeah, there's no movement in run. For a horizontal line, there's no movement in height, so there's no, right? There's no, the Y has to be fixed, therefore, because the height, the rise is 0, and then of course there is run. Does that make sense? Any question? And by the way, are these in standard form? X equals some number, Y equals some number? Yeah, they're both in standard form, aren't they? It's just, it's missing one of the other term, right? For this one, B is 0. For the Y equals some number, A is 0 for standard form. As we just talked about. Yes? Alright, go ahead and then see if you could fill this out. Okay, facts. For horizontal lines and vertical line. The slope is what for horizontal line? And then the equation looks like something. Okay? And for vertical line, slope is something, and then fill this out. And then the equation looks like something else.
You spelled slope wrong. You wrote slop.
Okay. Oh. Thank you. I don't want slop, I want slope, sorry. So, these are facts for horizontal and vertical lines. Go ahead, everybody, write it down. I'll wait. Okay. Alright, Michael, what do I fill in for slope? Horizontal line.
Slope is 0.
Horizontal line slope is 0. How many people agree with Michael? It's correct. Okay, remember horizontal, O, right? Horizontal. Okay. Then, what does the equation of this horizontal line look like? If slope is 0, okay, yeah, Y equals to some number, right?
Can you swing the number sign?
If you like. Okay. All right. Then what about the vertical line? Slope is what?
Undefined.
Undefined. Okay, which means same as no slope, right? Does that make sense, guys? Please note the difference. And what does the equation look like? X equals to some number. Does that make sense? Right? Do you guys understand what's going on here? Yes? Any questions? Okay, good. All right.